Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We're taking on a Japanese player here to start this day, and we're gonna try out this new unit here for the first time in Chaos Season. Well, did I use? I think I used him on the. Well, he didn't actually do anything, but he's gonna do stuff today. I'm talking about Jimbro here, and Amelia as well. I haven't used her at all thus far since pulling her, so I think this is probably the best season to give her a shot in. Even though Embla is bonus, so saving could be pretty tricky unless I set it up right. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to use these two as the main threats, and then see how things work out here. Look at this Vargas, man. He's well built. 60 defense. Not bad. Not bad at all. Also, doesn't Freyr cleanse the Embla effect? I think he does he? Huh. This is also my first time using Freyr on offense. But again, this is Chaos Season, so anything goes. We're just going to try it out, see how it works out. I didn't actually consider that, but since I didn't test it, I don't want this to be my first try. So we're going to set it up like this. We're going to see the Jimbro versus Ike matchup, and my god, it is going to be ridiculous. I can't wait for you guys to see this. Aside from that, we got Gato here for the AoE protection, and Freyr here just to cleanse penalties, and for basically Amelia support to make sure that she doesn't get outsped. Which, as you can see here, doesn't seem to be a problem. Plus 21 speed. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Yeah, she still gets clapped by like Nurgle and oh, here we go.
Pure endurance.
Oh my god. Yo. Nuts. Talk about nuts. Nuts unit, man. Like, oh my god. Dude just punched Ike into oblivion. Jesus Christ. Yo, that is like, I don't know if I'm okay with this, because clearly the transition is to go to more damage as the option. Literally just punched Ike into oblivion there. Oh my god. And forecasting 0 as well, which would actually have been 0 in this situation, because I've tested it so far, and he does literally nothing with to Ike, even with Great Ether. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. This unit is nuts, man. Oh my god. Yeah, so let's try to figure out how to get the pots here. That's gonna be the real challenge here, because I think I was saying that Amelia gets clapped by Micaiah as well as Nurgle, so we want to avoid those two matchups if at all possible. I gotta figure out how to get the stuff out of the way here the most efficient way possible, in terms of not breaking something that I don't want to break, because warping will happen and I will get blown up if I allow warping to happen. Originally I had Gatekeeper on this team, but he wasn't offering much, and also I wanted the enemy to be able to warp in for specifically that matchup against Jimbro. That Ike versus Jimbro matchup is always such a pleasure to see. So yeah, aside from that, getting the pots is going to be really hard, because I realize that this team doesn't have any flyers, like just now, and I don't know how I'm going to get my units to where the pots are. So hopefully I can figure that out before time runs out. If not, I'm probably going to have to surrender. Don't want to lose any pots here. Things are looking pretty good so far, so don't want to lose any pots here since it's just the second day. Yeah. But yeah, you guys get to watch me figure that out in the meantime, I guess. That aside, I've been having a ton of fun testing out these new units, from the new mythics rather, and they've been doing really, really well, especially when you pair them together. They are basically unkillable, as close to unkillable as you can get in this game when you pair them together. The the bonus doubler, the plus 20 healing, the what's it called again? The miracle neutralization effect. It's all just so powerful. I feel like it's crazy to say this, but we're probably gonna have to start planning for how to take out Jimbro instead, because he seems like, well, way more of a menace than Ike. Sufficing to say, I think in summoner duels at least, it's gonna be a problem taking him on 1v1, because the big thing about him is that you can give him the Ike ring and he can do what Ike can do with the Ike ring. I mean, you can give him the Celica ring and he can do what Ike can't do with the Ike ring, with the Celica ring, which is cancel away. So he can warp in an attack and then just leave. And he pretty much kills everything. I haven't seen him lose to any unit that I've tested against so far 1v1 in a melee fight. You can probably get him at range. His res isn't the best, and since he can't counterattack because you'd have to swap out his A skill, you can probably take him out that way. But he in 1v1 fights, I think he only ties against Myrrh because of the Scowl effect, and probably against Ather as well, because Scowl, of course. But he kills pretty much everything else, man. He is disgustingly strong, like so powerful, and I think it's fitting since muscles are power. It totally makes sense, man. Yeah, so that's probably where my brain is going to be heading, summoner duels wise. I guess maybe as long as you can bring like one of the cav effective weapons like Micaiah, or I think there are a couple others that have that, you probably will be good from range, but you'd have to be able to get past whatever far save is there first off. So and probably like with cav lines, I don't know how that would work out, especially since he can warp in and just blow you up, and Celica can take out your far save or take out a specific unit that's there to counter him. So it's a lot of counterplay, but Jimbro is definitely going to be changing the meta, kind of similar to how Celica has done. Before, one of the things that you simply could not do is box in your units on defense, and Celica has allowed that playstyle to actually be what's the word? Relevant? No. Successful, because you can now give someone the Celica ring and have Celica as well to be able to warp in and take out, let's say, Myrrh, who's blocking you from warping, or you can actually just run your units hidden away or successfully boxed in without it being too much of a problem now. And I guess you can probably like pair that with, like, let's say Dark Season, you could pair that with Hell, you could pair it with Baby Robin, Male Robin, you can pair it with Micaiah, you can pair it with what's this, Harkin. All of these units, there's a lot more units now that can warp from behind closed structures and, you know, pose an actual threat, as opposed to what we have before. So it's opened up a new lane for defense building, makes it, which that particular archetype, I guess you could call it, is a little bit challenging to especially hit and run, because there's so many structures that you'd have to break. The fence would be a bit, perfect, I can actually box in Ursula here. I was really wondering how I was going to get those pots, and I think being able to box her in here is going to allow me to get those pots without a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Your plan.
Yeah.
You have my all.
But yeah, it's opened up a whole new archetype that's actually a lot more difficult to beat, in that unless you're going to bring Gatekeeper with you, or you're going to bring what's that beast skill called from that armored unit, that dragon unit, dragon wall, whatever. Unless you bring that with you, there's no way for you to prevent the enemy from leaping from over those walls and hitting you with a Warp Ragnarok or whatever it is that they're coming at you with. Especially Nurgle is really powerful with that style, because not only is he a really great frontliner if they're able to break through, but he's also very powerful on player phase. So Nurgle plus Celica is a really, really great pairing if you're going to be boxing your units in.
You have my
and then if you top that off with like a tip-top near save or a far save, you're going to be really tough to beat, especially in Anima Astra season with the new mythics. That new mythic really makes Myrrh into a wall Like, it's so hard to beat her. Even like Legendary Crown is struggling, and he has the armor effective damage, and you can really scale his attack pretty high with that. But Legendary Crown struggles to kill Myr now. Not only Myr, but pretty much all the best far saves in the game are a problem now. When they are paired with this new defense mythic. So yeah, it's really going to shake up defense. It's going to be fun to see how people try to compensate or get accustomed to the new playstyles. And yeah, man, it's fun times ahead. It's gonna be some tough getting used to, and then to top it off, we're gonna have CYL in a couple of weeks. So a lot of new things going on in Ether raids right now, and in the game in general. Again, Summoner Duels, I'm probably gonna go step in there just to see how it'll work with these. I'm sure people are already putting these two units on a team.
All right.
So I'm probably going to go step in there to see how that'll pan out in terms of
Your plan.
being able to take out units there. Unfortunately, I can't get the bonus kill here because I needed Crom to take that pod. It feels like a loss either way. Maybe I should have taken the bonus kill and left the one pod. I don't know what was the right decision here, but we might lose on defense anyway, so it might not matter. So I figured it's probably better to get the pots. I don't know. We'll see in the end if I was wrong or right. But GG's. See you in the next one.